So, hey guys, welcome to the Brew Your Market podcast. Today we have Mr. Vinod with us. So, welcome, Mr. Vinod.
Hi.
So, just a small introduction about Vinod. So, Vinod is an scientist, and he owns chain restaurants of franchisee businesses. So, notably Burgerman, Baskin Robbins, and few other businesses in Dindigul. So, he used to work at CSIR, but still he is a scientist. I just want to say that. And instead of me talking about him, let's hear it from him. So let's go into the show. So tell us about your entrepreneurial journey. How did you start?
Right. So when I was working in the Ministry of Science and Technology, there was a societal program called CSIR 800. So that was more into a social entrepreneurship journey. So what we did was we identified backward villages, and then we find out what their needs are, and then we try to give some scientific solution in terms of some business. For instance, if they have a water problem or something, then we'll try to set up a water processing unit or anything of that sort, and then we will try to groom someone to become an entrepreneur in that area or in that society, and how they can capitalize from that for their own monetary benefits as well as for the societal costs. So this was a program that was done back in maybe 2012, something like that.
Okay.
So I was working there. That is when I wanted to get into a B school. So that experience had given me a lot of insights about the social entrepreneurship thing, and then I wanted to get into a B school. But since I am from a business background, so there are a lot of things that happened, and I thought instead of going to a B school and what I would be doing after the completion of the B school, I can right away start. I did not want to work for any MNC. I wanted to have my own business. So that's how it all started. So I have some interest in cooking. So with some encouragement from my friends and all that, we put up a truck in Bangalore called that Dosa truck. I don't know if people remember that because it was in 2014, something like that. So 9 years back it was. So we used to put a truck in some of the most poshest areas in Bangalore, and we catered to them, and that's how it all started.
Okay. So what is the situation of the Dosa truck right now? So what happened after that?
Okay, first of all, when I started the Dosa truck, we were like any other Dosa truck. Okay. First we went out with only this normal potato, classic potato stuff. Then we also incorporated many other things like chicken tikka dosas and mushroom and paneer. Then we also had beef, seafood and all that, and also we had some sweet side also, some strawberries and banana and cream and Nutella and all that we had. So we used to set up in the streets or somewhere where the gated communities are, and then we used to cater to them. But the amount of input that I'm putting in terms of my own time and money is not coming back to me as a return. So that is when I sat down and I started thinking of how do we capitalize this whole thing, because there were responses but we need more sales, right? So what I did was I just did some kind of brainstorming, and then we came up with a thing that we'll go and tie up with all the IT parks.
Okay.
So there is already space available there, and there are customers, like thousands of people work there. Why don't we give something different to those IT parks? So we tied up with them, and we started like 1 day a week we used to go there. Then it went to 2 days, 3 days. Then there are several IT parks tied up. So every day we go to different places. So the schedule is known only to the people who are operating the management, that hotel services, but the customers, they don't know. So it's like a waiting game for them when these guys will come and what they. So the day when we go for the first time, we will serve like 2-3 menus from whatever we have, and we also have a limited stock with us. Then the next time when we go, we don't have the same thing. We give them a different thing. So people will say, we like that, we like this, we came for that, we did not get it here. So we know what the customer needs, so that the food that we are going to prepare is not going waste. And also we know that there is a customer who will come back to us. There are two things that is happening there. So that is how it all went, and it went very well, and we did fairly really well, and that is when someone approached me saying that they want to get this as a franchisee. I am the franchisor and he is the franchisee. That's what was the thing. I was like, it was too early for me to get into a franchisee business, me owning that. I said, I don't want to do it, but if you want it, you can buy the whole business and you can sell it. And he was also very interested with that, so I sold off everything. And I moved on to the next stage. Yes.
Okay, so I have like two-part question with this. Yes. So why did you choose Bangalore regarding this Dosa truck? And one more thing is, okay, how did you incorporate technology or your field from science into not making dosa, but making a business like from dosa?
Right. See, first thing is that I was living in Bangalore.
Okay.
I was working in Bangalore.
Okay.
That is where I stationed myself for this societal program. There are a lot of startups. There are a lot of technology companies out there. So when we want to brainstorm something, we can do that. And also there is a B school. There are colleges. So we can get a lot of interns. That is why we stationed ourselves there from the Ministry of Science and Technology. So when I was working only, we started the Dosa truck. It wasn't like I quit my job and I started. This was like a passion. We wanted to do it on a weekends when I am free, and we don't do it regularly. So this is why it was happening in Bangalore. What was this?
So like, how did you incorporate technology into this?
Right. So thing is that you will be very surprised to know that I had invested less than, I think 89,000 is what I have invested on the whole business.
So including the truck,
everything. The truck and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So the truck was a second-hand truck which I shortlisted from OLX and all that, and I bought a truck. Okay. I was working in my office was in NAL, National Aerospace Laboratories, and we have a huge warehouse. There are a lot of lab technicians working there. Okay. We have as in it's a technology thing. It goes into aerospace, means we have to fabricate a lot of things. There is a shop. Workflow shop floor is there. So we have access to a lot of things, manpower and all that. So with the help of that, I built the truck myself.
Okay.
I did not hire someone to build the truck. The design and everything was done by myself.
Nice.
So that is a bootstrapping thing. So you don't have to invest anything. Okay, this was the second thing. The third thing is that I did not employ anyone else. I was the chef, I was the cashier, I was the cleaner and everything. I was the painter, whatever it was there on the truck, it was all done by me. So this is one part of it. Second part is that, like any other business, when you start, you don't have any clue of how it is going to go or what you should do. There is no right step to go ahead. So it's all a learning process. So what happened was, the first time when we did was, I was also like, let's just go to a street, park it there, and then we sell out dosas. The first time when we went and parked our vehicle, there were like 2-3 other vehicles which was there already. It was like a colony, which is this is mine, that is yours, why are you coming here? It was the first protest was not by the police or anyone, it was by the other vendors who were nearby. Who asked you to come here? Who are you guys? So that was the first thing. The second thing was that the customer who comes to, what we did was we wanted to elevate the dosa to the next level. We did not want to fight with the 99 dosa truck which was already there. That is not the intention was. When we want to elevate something, we are also in the same place. So we were also marked as one in that 100 thing, and we also have to think. So what we did was, instead of going there, the first thing was, I had a lot of people who are in the literary side and artistic So I approached them. I'll ask them, can I put it in front of your office for brunch or something on a Saturday thing, or when there is a workshop that has been organized by a friend of mine. So this is how my technology or my educational background came into picture. That I mean, selecting the location where you have to put, not just on a commercial street, but on a thing. Then what happened, after seeing all of this, one of the scientists who was working there in NAL, he asked me to come to his community. It's a like 100 plus houses, individual houses. It's a posh place where we went on a Sunday. We had a competition, art competition for the kids. Whoever wins it, they will get one scrambled egg dosa, something like that. So that is how we promoted it first. Then people started knowing all of this. Then we had a website. where we will locate ourselves where we are, and people from Jayanagar, they come to Indranagar just to have our dosa.
So this was in Indranagar.
When we park it in Indranagar, they of course they come. We go to Whitefield, then they will know that the truck is there, and if they are in the same locality, they can easily spot us. These kind of technology was not available in 2011.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
So we had a website and all that, and that is how we did that. The most important thing, what I would say, is the best application of my own knowledge and intellect is that getting into the IT whatever park, IT parks. There are so many IT parks. See, any 99 dosa or any street food vendors, they would not have the courage to go and approach an MNC to ask them to let them inside. But not only the courage, but also the design, the look of the truck, and what kind of food that we are offering. We also had an FSSAI certificate for that truck. All that was very new to us, but we did everything in a legitimate way, and we also served a quality food. And then we also wanted to get into a customer base which was not
regular.
So these are the things I would say, that how we approached intellectually, how we are stood out from the other people.
Okay, so actually for people who are thinking, so bootstrapping is something everyone should do. So whatever kind of entrepreneur you may be, like social entrepreneur or something tech, bootstrap is something everyone should try their hands out. Instead of just going for funding, which is the trend nowadays, you have to try your hand at trying to bootstrap something. So that is one thing that I got it from you. And okay, so the next thing what I wanted to know is, like, you obviously had a successful successful truck, right? So what made you to sell it? So
see, when we were successful itself, we had a lot of other plans. Okay, a few weeks back, I actually saw on Instagram advertisement saying that there is crispy dosas, some chips, which will taste like dosas.
Okay.
The same thing that we wanted. See, all our dosas are crispy dosas.
Yes.
Someone comes for just that crispy thin layer of as a snack, just like your a normal puppet or something like that. So we wanted to package it, and we wanted to put it in the airports and all. So this, so we had we as in I. That is what it was, a one-man show.
Okay.
Till I sold out the franchise, there was 0 employees there. Either my friend will help me out, or my friend's mother, someone would actually help me out with all of that. The thing was that we had a plan, like what we have to do, but this was a surprise package when that guy came and approached me for this thing. I did not want to give it up, but also I had my own personal things. That do I have to carry out this, what would be my end point, and I was more into a technology background, and I wanted to do some tech companies, or I wanted to be involved in that. So I thought, okay, I'm not married to this, so I not give it up just because I can create my own other things.
Yeah, because like a lot of entrepreneurs these days, they don't want to sell anything, so they they feel like it's their brain baby and they don't want to. So
I don't think that is a problem. It is your baby, you can have it. It's up to you to make any decision. But what happens is that they put so much of time and energy into it. Even if it is not working, they don't want to let it go. That is the problem. If it works, and if you're doing fine, and if you have a roadmap ahead of you, like what you want to do with this business, then of course don't sell it. You can go on. You also know, see, I paint. Okay, there is a I learned, I used to paint, but I also had a professional coaching from a trained artist, and she used to tell me that you should know when to stop your painting. You can keep on going on, right? So same thing happen with anything also. With the entrepreneurial journey also, you should know when you have to stop that. If it is not working for you, you should give up. It is not about what people will think around you and all that. It's about you. You started it. You want to take it forward. Take it forward. You want to sell it off. Sell it off. You think it's not working, just scrap it and clean your board and start new. So
So a lot of people are right now are very afraid of failing publicly, or like taking that I'm not able to do something, like that fear is always there in public. And and once again, if you are in a city that is outside of your home, it's easier to give up on something than if you're staying in your hometown, and if you're coming from a city like where you and I were born in from Dindukal, it's very hard for someone to give up their business, or even though there may be like only very few number of people in the entire town, the opinion about okay, he's entirely given up on his dreams, business and all those things. So yeah, obviously you shouldn't take your societal pressure to your head.
Course,
yeah. And I assume this is your painting.
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, this looks
It is not
very
the
nice.
original one, but
Okay.
I just saw somewhere and I just copied.
Okay, that's nice. I mean the one thing that you said, like you have to stop at some point of time, that is always very important. Like I'm not a painter, but I'm a designer myself, so this is always a barrier. You have to,
There is a space for improvement.
Yes, but at some point of time you have to stop.
Say,
Because a lot of regular people, they don't know the difference between 8 and 10, but only designer knows this difference between like designers and artists.
Now I know like I can do this and that.
Yeah.
But people who sees that, they think it's complete work. Yeah.
So actually, when I came in, I thought it was some like piece of art you just purchased and hung it over. Yeah, I did not know you did that. Okay, so let's move to a topic a little bit further from the Dosa truck. You did not want to do franchisee like back in your Dosa truck, and you sold it. So right now you own a few businesses in the franchisee model. So what changed from there to here? How is your perspective from not wanting to give up franchisee and right now taking in franchisee businesses?
Yeah, right. See, the Dosa truck was just over 9 months old.
Okay.
And when that is 9 months old, I don't want to let it out for franchisee because there is a lot of things that is involved. If the franchisee does a mistake, then it will reflect on the brand.
Exactly.
First of all, I am not myself equipped with all the SOPs and all that. I don't have a manpower who I control or manage.
Okay.
I was the one who was making dosa. It was like 100 dosas per day or 200 dosas. It depends on my mood. Like today, let's have a paneer dosa. Tomorrow, let's have a chicken dosa. It was not a regular business. We were trying out, but we turned out successful. It may be fortunately, or I don't know, by God's grace, it all went on very fine. I did not lose money on that. But when I want to go into letting out a franchise, there are a lot of responsibilities there on me. I was not ready for that. That is why I was against that. Like when here, after coming to Dindigal, the thing is that why I went into franchisee is a very interesting thing. I did not actually wanted to do it.
Okay.
The place where Baskin Robbins right now is where I park my car. That's my car.
Okay.
Right. It was on the main road, in the busiest road and one of the happening places in Dindigal, and I keep that for my car parking. So I thought, okay, let me do something in that. Okay, and there is no good, like there are ice cream that is available, but
yes,
you don't, like when I was in Bangalore or when I was working outside. On a weekend, we used to go have an ice cream in the night, late night and all that, and so that kind of one thing is not here. So I wanted to, I was looking for options and all that. I approached Kevintus was the first thing, and also Baskin Robbins also. Both went on very fine. We had good discussions and all that. But Baskin Robbins approach was little more vigorous when compared to the Kevintus thing. And that is how I got into it. One very easy is, many people think you are a franchisee, you are not, this is not your own thing. See, thing is that it is very easy to operate. At the end of the day, it is about how easy and comfortable are you with doing this business, and how successful are you in terms of popularity as well as in terms of monetary benefits. Business, we do it for money, nothing else apart from it. So when I go to such an international brand, okay, they have been here for more than 100 years in the market. They have established everything from America till Australia. They are there. They give me the SOP. I just have to operate it. There is nothing I have to invent. I don't have to sit from 9 to 5 in that thing. I have to think it through. Nothing I have to invent. Right, so this becomes one is easy. Second thing is, I don't have to do any advertisement.
Yeah, it's obviously a brand name there.
It is like a thing. See, I'm not saying that this is the only place where all of Dindigal come to it. People's liking is different. Some likes Baskin Robbins, some don't like for any other reason. It is all okay. There are people who like it, they come, we are having a good time here. So that's it. That is what I really like about this franchisee business. It's not about, people will say, it's very easy to operate. It's very easy to operate. It is not yours. Yes, it is not mine. I'm just buying and selling. For that case, anyone, for any grocery thing, they buy from Britannia and sell the Britannia biscuit. For any pharmacy also, they buy from some Fortis and they sell it. Lighting, whatever it is. Same thing is the case with the franchisee business also.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have this weird feeling when it comes to franchisee business. So yeah, I mean, okay, so see, obviously Baskin Robbins is a no-brainer. Like whenever you think about ice cream, I think there is no other bigger brand than, like, I mean, whatever comes close to it is Ibaco, I think, inside India. So okay, what goes into mind when you're selecting a franchisee brand? Like, I know you own a Java showroom also, Java bike showroom also, and also like Burgerman, right? So I mean, see, obviously when someone comes from a first choice of burgers, it's obviously not Burgerman, it's McDonald's or KFC, or that is what comes to mind when people think about burgers for the first time. So what made you choose an offbeat store, you may, like, in this particular space?
So you want to know about Burgerman?
Yes.
Or how did I
why Burgerman? And also why Java? See, obviously there is always Enfield, and Java plays right now a second fiddle. And even Burgerman, if you take, I'm not talking about the taste or quality. Obviously, the brand image plays second fiddle to McDonald's or Burger King or whatever that is. So what goes into mind when you're choosing a brand like that?
Right. So I think there is a little bit of, for the viewers, I think there is small history of business that is we missed out. So this is not, I am from a family business background. My father is a businessman, and we are, for generations, we are into business. This is not the first business that I am doing, and fortunately it's because of whatever my ancestors have sown into it, I am reaping it.
Okay.
Thing is that we are into construction thing, that is our core business, and cement is something that is a bread and butter to us.
Okay.
So whatever business that we have been doing for all these years together, everything is like a credit based business. We all depend on an engineer, builders, architects or someone, where we sell out, and after few days, few months, few weeks, we get the money back. It is like that. So there is a lot of pressure in terms of targets that we have to achieve from the company side, and there is some pressure in terms of recollecting the money that is there, and this is how every business is. Okay. So when I came to this thing, there was certain turnover that we were doing, and I have to bring in some value addition to it. So my first goal was, whatever that we have doing, we have to double it in the 2 years of time. Okay, that was the first goal I have. So if I want to double it, what I'll have to do, I'll have to increase the sales that we have, either, or I have to bring in new products into the stream. So that is when we actually went into Godrej and Hitachi thing, and we tied up, we signed an MOU with them, and we started trading those two goods. So already there is an existing business which is doing X amount of this turnover, and now we have two other brands. See, with these two other brands, I also signed up with 3-4 popular electrical and plumbing brands. Okay, I don't want to mention it for a reason, I'll tell you why. So there are like 5 new categories of business that we went into. Okay, and 2 successful was Godrej and Hitachi. The other 3 were not successful. So we had to drop it out. Okay, when we started it, it was a huge talk in the market that they are getting into this space also. Okay, now I am also saying very confident and proudly that it didn't work for us. Okay, so we have to drop it. Like earlier in the discussion, you were saying that we will be in a social taboo. That so I am very happy to say that because it was not working. I am investing money, I have to get back the money. That
I mean, that is business.
So it is not working. So so these 2 brands came in, and whatever the goal I had set for doubling the turnover, that was achieved. Okay. Now again, what happens is, in the construction, in the engineering and tech industry, all what you have to do is buy, sell, and it is for a credit based thing. I want to get a cash flow in the system. Okay. So that is the major idea behind automobile business or food industry. It is like a cash and carry business. Yeah. Even I sell like 2 bikes a month. Okay, so I get the cash, right? It isn't like it's a dead investment. Okay, this is the first thing. Like how I select a brand is that the brand and I have to grow together. It isn't like the brand is already grown and I am getting into the brand. I don't want that brand.
Okay.
See, when you both are in a journey to grow, then you will have the same vision. So that is how I select. If I want to go to any popular two-wheeler brands, or four-wheeler brands, what happens is they're already there in the market. They'll have their own set of targets.
Yeah.
They'll have their own market share in the thing, in the community. Okay, and they will say that you have to do this. You have to do that. We have to keep the market share. You cannot let it loose. Since we put a new dealership in this town, our market share is reduced. It is a pressure on the company side as well as on my side. See, I am doing business. That doesn't mean that I'll have to put pressurize and everything on me. That is a bit, whatever, maybe 2 generations before they might be, because that is what the bread and butter for them and they have to earn for the thing. Today that is not the case. Whatever little money I make, I am happy with that money, and so that is why I go with a brand which has the potential to grow. And in the same way, I can also, if I give some suggestion to Java or Burgerman or someone, they'll listen to me. It's a feedback that I'm giving them, and if it works out, both of us, then they will actually agree to it. But this is not in the case with any other grown brand. They have their own set of notion and all that. So this is the main thing that I will focus on first, buying or getting into or signing an MOU with any brand or any business. Okay. So that is how this Java was. See, also I see they also want to all that anything. Okay. Now when we come to why we did Burgerman is that there were like so many franchises that I have consulted with. It isn't that I saw Burgerman and I am going to Burgerman. Okay, I spoke to a lot of things. A lot of brands are there. I went to all their franchisee stores. I sat there, ate and watched their operations, and all that happened. And finally, we selected the Burgerman. And they also did not select me like, they also have their own, they also came down, sat, and both of us have to be in an agreement that this is a win-win situation for both of them. So that is how Burgerman was there. First of all, you should enjoy the food, otherwise your customer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I personally like Burgerman burgers more than McDonald's because I used to live in Chennai, and in Besant Nagar, that is probably the only peaceful place where you can get good burgers. So obviously, so choosing a franchisee, like not going for a big brand, is basically giving you a space for innovating something on your own. And once again, if you're doing something good, it obviously can reflect in other franchisee models also. So it's a place where, even though it's a corporate kind of thing, where you can actually make a difference if you want to. So yeah, obviously that goes in there. And once again, so tell me one key difference. So what is the difference between starting a business on yourself and getting into a franchisee difference? So what is the one thing that makes you that you feel there's a difference between these two?
Starting your own business and
apart from the branding side. So because obviously we know, like when you're going into a franchisee business, you obviously have a branding there.
See, starting your own business is that you have to put 100% in it. A to Z you will have to do. Whatever it is on you. Okay. Brand, if you go to a franchisee thing, there is always help for you. There is someone behind. Yeah, the franchisor will not let you down because it's
his brand image also.
And franchisee will also, there is like, if you're married to someone, okay, that is what being single is. You have to wash, you have to clean your house, you have to okay, when you are married, you can give an excuse that, hey, I'm a little tired today, can you make breakfast? That is what it is about, the differences.
Okay. I mean, once again, it's good to hear it from from a person who has done both, start his own business and also get into franchisee. So so right now, I had a very different opinion about franchisee before talking to you, and not just before this podcast, even before talking to a franchisee. There's a very common general opinion. I'm saying, like, it's, as you said, it's very easy compared to building your own business than a franchisee business. So obviously that's there, and coming to the closing next stages of the podcast. So what do you think is your one piece of advice for aspiring entrepreneurs? So what is your one piece of advice? Yeah. You're someone who's done it all, seen it all. So, you obviously have a next stage, but you've done a few things quite yourself.
See, I would tell you is that if you're successful or not, that doesn't matter. You have tried something. Okay, you have to be proud even if you're unsuccessful, and tell people that you're unsuccessful. That itself is a courage that will give you a leverage when compared to the others. So don't be afraid. Just if you want to start. Don't just think in your
keep
head.
Thinking and execute instead of just keep thinking. Yeah. I mean, I try to follow that as much as possible, but sometimes money comes in, so there is always a line where we have to draw.
I'll tell you exactly what I understand what you're saying. See, many people have a notion in their mind that you will have to have money to start a business. That is totally wrong. You don't need money at all. Take money out of the whole thing. Okay, you are a guy. You can build anything, right? If just go in the street, you will find lot of unused broken bricks. You collect every day. You collect for 10 days. You will have enough brick to build a wall. Yourself, you can do it all yourself. Zero money is involved. You understand? So money is not, if anyone come to me and say that I am unable to start a business because I don't have money, then I think he will, even if he has money, he will not do that.
I mean, that is true.
Right. Okay, fine. You are investing and you are doing it without money. You have done something and you have failed. Okay. So you are back to the same place where you started, right? You had zero money, only your effort that you have put in. So would start another this is one thing. Second thing is, when you are successful, you have lot of money, then you should know where to invest that money. That is where people fail. They invest on something where they cannot recoup that investment. As soon as you are successful, if you try to find it in a spend it in a lavish
manner,
then I think
it's not about becoming rich, it's about staying wealthy. So I mean, exactly,
it's not becoming,
it's staying wealthy.
Yes.
So I mean, that is obviously true. So even though, I mean, even from my personal experience, so like 5-6 years ago when I wanted to start something that was entirely 100% hustle, I did not know what to do. All I have to do is by myself. But once again, having a few extra money, a few extra bucks when you're having a day job or other businesses to support your ideas. I mean, even after when we want to do this podcast, like if someone wants to go around cities taking interviews of other people, talking to other people, getting a crew, getting an editing team, obviously it will take you around 2-3 lakhs a month to just keep this flowing. But once again, we are in a position where we can do this, we can try this out ourselves. Once again, if it doesn't pan out, we can give up at any given point of time. So once again, even though money isn't an issue, but it always obviously helps to have few extra bucks there. So that is, so coming to your closing thoughts. So this is one of my personal questions. So I know that you're from a family business background. So what exactly you do when you take up your father's seat, or come with your father, partner with your father to do something. See, this is my personal problem that I've been facing for for quite some time, and I'm still hesitant to take up work with my father regarding his business. So what exactly goes into that?
So, as in working with your family?
Working with your family in any business.
It doesn't, see, you and your father are from different background, different age group, different era altogether, right? So it will not, you both will not gel together. Someone have to adjust.
Yes.
Right. So you will have to adjust. First thing, it was not easy for me to work with my father. Okay. I am from a technology background. I have worked 10 years of experience I have in a corporate segment, and when I come here, I want to change certain things, which my father was very stubborn. I know that he will be stubborn also. Okay, I'm little level-headed fellow, so I know that he will be stubborn. So I did not go and poke his thing and you change. I had my own small space, own set of people who work for me. Like father has his own people who will report. I have. So we both have. For instance, I told you, right, after coming here, I signed up 2 new projects. So in that 2 new projects, I used to employ my own ideas.
Okay.
Like for his project, when I go for the meeting with him, asking, whatever he says, I will say yes, correct, we will do like that and all that. But when we both go to hand in hand, in 2 years we could actually, when we started with, we started with a 1 lakh turnover for Godrej. Now today we do a 10 times of it, let's say.
Okay.
Okay, just in a year, how did I multiply so fast? Is there, and also how do I manage the so he started looking at what we do, and now he has implemented. I did not go and ask him to take my ideas.
Okay.
It was him who came to me and said that can we implement it in this office also. So first of all, when you want to work with elders, you will have to have patience.
Okay. Yeah.
That is the even with the youngsters also. You have
definitely.
Have patience, or anyone for that matter. If someone comes to me, I'll be very much. I will not talk back at all. I'll just listen to what they are saying. And after listening to them when you speak, then that makes a lot of difference. This is how you have to cope up with your thing. First thing. Second thing is that the town will say that town will know your father for more than 30 years. They have seen him from a small
little boy who's trying to do something.
From there to a big guy who have achieved. So they have seen him grow. They'll come and tell you that how you are going to fit in his shoes. Definitely you're not going to fit in his shoes.
Yeah.
Okay. This just happens in everywhere it happens. Okay. I was in INSEAD in a business school in France. Okay. There was a case study that we did on a rosy blue. It is from India only. They are into diamonds.
Okay.
His father started it, and he has taken over. Now his son is there also. Maybe his son is 40 years old now. The study was on the second generation.
Okay.
Now third generation. Okay. I think his name is Mehta, Rahul Mehta. It was a case study for a business in a business school. I was doing a business course there.
Okay.
So there he has a thing. Okay. His father sent him abroad to learn about diamonds. He used to go everywhere to sell diamonds and all that. The case study is that how he manipulated in joining a business as a business club like Young Indians and all that we have, right? So Young Entrepreneur, YEA, something, presidential clubs and all that. So in which club he has to join is the decision that he has to make, which he is reflecting back on what his father would have done. You understand? Just to join, like for instance, a Rotary is there or something, just to join a social club. That was the case study that was given to us. Like what decision should this Mehta take in order to keeping in mind that what his father is, what the society will think, whether he wants to become the chairman of this thing or chairman of CII or something like that. So that was a case study. It is happening just not with a small some 100 crore turnover company. It is also happening with the 5 trillion companies also. It is happening. So nowhere else no one would can work with their fathers or their son or daughter or also. It is all how we adjust and how patient we are. Instead of you selling your idea, they have to come and buy your idea.
So the best thing to do is execute your idea and show them that it works, try it out. Yeah, I mean, probably that is the most valuable piece of information I gained through this talk. So I mean, so what next for you in business? So coming to the last part. So what next? So do you have any other interesting projects or?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I have,
can I know what it is?
No, actually I'm taking rest now. Next for a year or something I'm going to be off rest.
Okay.
We'll come back with another one new thing. Which is already in work.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's another franchisee store or your own
own
business?
It's going to be my own.
Nice. I'm really excited to see. So, okay. So, I mean, that's it for this for now. So, thank you so much for being with us. So,
Thank you.
So, thanks a lot. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.